everybody's trying to put in as many proposals into the bill as possible. One of the proposals is Chuck Schumer and the Democrats have put forth a proposal to finally lower the cost of prescription drugs.
And now I have an important announcement on progress for the President's agenda. I'm pleased to announce that an agreement has been reached to lower prescription drug prices for seniors and families in the Build Back Better legislation. Fixing prescription drug pricing has consistently been a top issue for Americans year after year, including the vast majority of both Democrats and Republicans who want to see a change because they simply cannot afford their medications. We've heard this from people across the country who have serious illnesses and can't afford their medicine. What a painstaking position to be in. It's horrible. Today, we've taken a massive step forward in helping alleviate that problem. By empowering Medicare to directly negotiate prices in Part B and Part D, this deal will directly reduce out-of-pocket drug spending for millions of patients every time they visit the pharmacy or doctor. It will cap out-of-pocket spending at $2,000 per year, ending the days where a life-changing diagnosis could mean thousands upon thousands of dollars in new expenses. And it will reform the entire industry to stop price gouging. And change both drug company and health insurer incentives to make sure our country's drug pricing system benefits patients, not corporations. I want to thank many of my colleagues who worked on this. Senator Klobuchar, who was here, Senators Wyden, Murphy, Cortez Masto, Bennett, and Kelly. Senators Shaheen, Hassan, and Smith for their leadership on insulin. The price from insulin will go down from $600 an injection or a dose to $35, which is where it should always have been if we would have had proper laws in place. And Senator Sinema has told me she supports this agreement.
Now, mind you, what we're seeing is a big deal, because think about how many years many of us have been hoping that the cost of prescription drugs will be lower so that it doesn't impact your household income as much. Just think about it. You may not be receiving a stimulus check as of yet, but at the end of the day, to have lower prescription drug costs in your home, some of you are spending at least a third of your money on prescription drugs. For example, when he just mentioned that insulin going from $600 to $35, and that's just one form of medication. Just imagine how many forms of medication that you might be taking that can drop down up to 90%. And the money that you save can be used to take care of other areas of your home or even help take care of your other loved ones. And based off of what Chuck Schumer just said, he said that they are all in agreement to have this. So we know that if them being in agreement, that means that this is definitely going to be a part of the proposal that's going to go forth. So we're looking forward to keeping you all posted in regards to the progression of this part of the bill. Now, in regards to the votes that needs to take place, because all of this putting proposals in the bill is great and we need this. However, when are they going to finally vote? So let's hear from Representative Jayapal in regards to when she thinks this week they may vote, if this week at all.
We said, give us the text of the Build Back Better Act, give us a vote on the Build Back Better Act and the bipartisan infrastructure bill, and we will pass both through the House and send them over to the Senate. Obviously, the bipartisan infrastructure bill has already passed the Senate, but we will send the Build Back Better Act over to the Senate. Now, some of our members are nervous, obviously, about what the Senate is going to do. But at this point, we feel that having had conversations with Senator Sinema, having talked to the president, having had the president come, that we will trust the president that he will get 51 votes in the Senate for it.
I guess the part I don't understand is why you trust him today on Tuesday, but you didn't on Thursday.
Because we didn't have a bill and we didn't have a vote. We were not ready to have a vote on the Build Back Better Act. This week, we will have votes on both the infrastructure bill and the Build Back Better Act together, which is what we've called for weeks. So we finally got what we've been saying, and we're glad that people listened to us.
He was saying, trust me on Thursday, though.
But we didn't have the bill. And he did not ask for us to vote on that day. He said, I need votes on both bills. And we have been saying for months, we are not going to vote just on an idea or a promise or a framework. We're going to vote on legislation. The minute we have legislation, we can look at it. Our members can decide whether it is good enough, which we feel very good about. Then we will pass both bills. And I think that is what we've been saying for weeks. I don't understand why anyone's confused about it. Last week, we did not have a vote on the Build Back Better Act. We did not have text. This week, we have text. We're going to have a vote on both bills.
Because there's an interpretation where you have less this morning than you did 5 days ago. 5 days ago, we didn't know exactly where Joe Manchin stood on this. Now, Joe Manchin is letting you know he's not a definite yes.
You know, I just got to say, we can't worry about, we've always said we're going to trust the president once we have the bill and the vote. And that's what we've been saying for weeks now. And we got the bill. We are going to have the vote. And we will trust the president to deliver 51 votes.
How much do you trust Joe Manchin? I know there are members of your caucus who don't. I mean, this is Cori Bush from Missouri who said Joe Manchin's opposition, granted he did not say he's opposed to the Build Back Better Act, but she says Joe Manchin's opposition to the Build Back Better Act is anti-black, anti-child, anti-woman, and anti-immigrant.
Well, look, people are frustrated. I've told everybody in the final days of a negotiation, tempers flare, people say things that they feel, and it's real. Just like Joe Manchin did a press conference, our members are frustrated. But what I am saying is we are finally at the place we've been asking for, demanding over the last several months, which is two bills moving together in the House, and we'll get them both done.
Now, as I was saying, everybody is sounding optimistic except for one person. Joe Manchin. It's amazing how we're in a situation where we just cannot trust Joe. And I mean Joe Biden as well as Joe Manchin. We've got one Joe who needs to step down and step back. We've got another Joe who needs to step up and be the president that we elected him to be. When it comes to this bill, he should have enforced them to have this bill voted on last week. They should have had all the proposals in there by now. It should have already been passed and in the House of Representatives to where the House of Representatives can vote on both sides of the infrastructure bill, the American Rescue Plan, as well as the American Family Plan, which is the stimulus bill. It's been a week and they've yet to do the voting that they've been claiming that they're going to do. So at the end of the day, we're going to once again keep you guys posted. And in addition, there are those of you that in 2022, you did not receive a stimulus payment of $1,400 in 2021. Don't fret about it, because if you put it on your taxes, well, you'll be receiving that money. And many of you individuals are those that have newborn babies. If you had a baby in 2021, you put that child on your taxes, you're going to get a two-part stimulus payment. First, you will receive a $1,400 stimulus payment per child. Some of you may have twins or triplets. Either way, congratulations. But also, you're going to be receiving that $3,600 child tax credit, that stimulus payment. You're going to be receiving that. And in 2022, you'll be receiving yours in full. So you'll be receiving not only the $1,400, but you'll also be receiving the $3,600 stimulus payment. Oh, yeah. You're going to be receiving a nice chunk of money in 2022, only if you make sure that you put your newborn in your 2021 tax refunds. Well, my name is Andre of Mostly Money, and I'm here to give you all facts. No fake, no phony, and no fluffed up information when it comes to what's going on in politics today. And if you're interested in always getting the truth on a daily basis, well, you've made it to the right channel. All you need to do now for yourself is one thing, and that is subscribe. Click that notification bell so you get the latest and greatest information coming from Mostly Money, because we're going to always be here for you and your loved ones. I'm on my way to the comments section, and I'll be seeing you guys there, because you know I'm nosy. I'm always in the comments section. I'll see you guys there, and if I don't get a chance to speak to you, and you don't get a chance to speak to me, we're not going to fret about it, because I'll be speaking to you again.